let the stars shine now, here I come. V544, keep it cooking well done. I smell the blood of a crap rapper, none. I'm here to demonstrate how I eradicate.
What a way to start the podcast, man. I forgot how nice that tune is. 5 years old now since the Elements released Art of the Vandal EP, and that was the first track off of it. A COVID project. It took a global pandemic to get me and the lads to do something together again. And in hindsight, it was really cool. And I suppose that lines up quite nicely with where we're at now. Welcome to episode 44 of the Road Podcast. Because my guest today is one of my good friends, Neil Whelan, Nello, DJ Needlz of the Elements, all the way through the journey pretty much, man. An absolute legend of a dude, very intelligent. Me and Rich used to call him Nellopedia because he was like an encyclopedia of music. He just knows everything about music. He's very technical with it. Whereas I'm more into the soul or the emotion of music, and Nello's like just like technical master, man. So he came down. The only reason I could record the podcast this week is because this big lump of a mixer to my right here, he quite nicely gave to me because I was having a sound desk issue, and we're back in business because of him, so much appreciated. I had a script with him, but you know yourself, when you sit down with someone you haven't seen in a long time but you're good friends, you just go off on it, and we just went off on it for nearly 2 hours. Yeah, enjoy that, take your time with it. We touch on loads of stuff, but there's a good chunk of it where we go back to our history in Irish hip-hop and kind of a nostalgic vibe to it. It's really cool. It's really cool to touch on that again. I'm glad to just be here chatting on the mic, saying whatever I want, because I spend so much time in social media now with the role I do that's all quick fire, like hook, instant gratification within 3 seconds. We need this, we need to pull the audience in. Whereas you guys who have been listening to me for over a year now don't really care about that with this podcast, because this podcast doesn't have a specific time set, doesn't have a specific structure. And I'm going to continue to embrace that, because when I started podcasting, I wanted to be like the Joe Rogan equivalent of Ireland, and I'm going to stick to my principles and I'm not going to change that. So I will continue to ramble on, and I will continue to go against the grain with that. And this podcast is now going to become more of a artistic passion project for me, where I don't care how many viewers it gets anymore, because I'm just going to do my thing with this. And look, hey, if you're here following us, I appreciate it. I really do. It's good to be here, and fuck knows where we're at with all this fucking US Iran shit, man. I don't even. I'm so. I've segregated myself so much from the media that I don't even want to argue about it with people. You know, I just see people taking sides, man, and I'm just like ants in a jar, man, fighting with each other all the time. I'm just like, fuck me. Can't be dealing with it. Cannot be dealing with it. But if you need an escape from that, this episode is very much that. And yeah, man, shout out to Nello for popping out, driving out from Wicklow to hang with me. I'm hoping that me, him and Rich hook up soon to do Elements 1, kind of go over the whole process of the last EP and all the stuff before that. And who knows if we'll write again together in the future. But if we do, it'd be great. If we don't, it'd be great, because we've had a hell of a journey. My journey in music is still going. And I was only in the studio with Drop Tune last week, and we've wrapped up a song called Lies, which is a phenomenal tune. Broke our fucking hearts writing and recording it. It was so tough, but we got there in the end, as we always do. Blood, sweat and tears and all that. And I look forward to everyone hearing the Drop Tune stuff this year. It's just very hard to get us all organised and get everything in line, and the logistics and the organisation of all that, it just takes time, man. And everybody's got their own thing going on in the band, and I get it. I've got so much going on that I can't even put all my energy into it. But I hope the stuff comes out this year, and I hope we do gig and put some new stuff out. And we're supposed to have a track out in the coming weeks, so fingers crossed. Anyway, random rambling from me. I'm not even sure if I have anything else to say about this episode. Just go and check it out. There's nowhere to find me. My Instagram and TikTok name has now changed. It is Adam Media Management, because Adam Media is the company I'm building to help people with their socials and to help people with their media, help people with their content, teach them how to get better, edit their stuff for them, all that shit. If you want to talk about any of that, just find me on Instagram, find me on TikTok, find me on Facebook. And yeah, we can chat there. Anybody wants to come on, chat to me in the hot seat, hit me up. We can probably organise that as well. Next episode, if I could stick to my guns, it's going to be on it's going to be on Jeffrey Epstein. Let's do it. Right, chat to you soon. Have a good week. Like when I was in Cambodia, people kept getting photos with me, like locals.
Oh, they just love the white people.
Yeah, my missus would just be pushed aside because she get a tan in 2 days.
Yeah.
And they're all getting photos of me, and I was like, they must think I'm an actor or something. And then someone said to me, it's because you're so white, they think you're rich.
Yeah.
Because the whiter you are, the richer you are.
They love that. I got chased down the road one time by a lad in Thailand. He was like, he just goes, Viking. It's just like, I've never seen a red beard before.
Really, it's mad, isn't it?
Great
yeah,
fact.
It's crazy. I wouldn't say it's the same place, although I do know a fella that was there a couple of weeks ago in Thailand for a month, and he said it's class, but I'd say it's way more westernised now. You were there before me. Yeah.
Gone to shit.
I was there in 12. You were there fucking 8 or 9, right?
You know, my favourite videos are the cringe videos, and it's like you go to like Koh Phangan, and it's all these like Westerners, like hundreds of them in like some hut, just banging drums and playing acoustic guitar and singing fucking hippie mad like the affirmation tunes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, imagine that. You'd be like, get me the fuck out of here.
No.
Like, yeah.
Wasn't like that when I was there.
No.
Anyway.
No. And there was a little bit of that. Like, you know, you'd see like some white lad with like dreads. Like,
oh yeah, there'd be the white lads with dreads and raggy clothes.
Yeah.
Like
at sunrise doing yoga and stuff. But like they were the rare back then. But now it's like, well, you had the beach then, and then all of a sudden it's like
the film, like
Jet 2 holidays straight to Thailand. It was like, yeah.
Before I went to fucking Thailand and Asia, I was reading travel books. I didn't go on the internet and find out. I don't even think I had
internet cafes. That was all that existed.
Yeah.
You'd be on dial-up.
I used to do Skype calls home in internet cafe.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. you'd be on dial-up, and you'd be like
Yeah.
having to send emails and stuff instead of like just jumping on, and then Skype eventually. But that was
Yeah.
like,
It was Skype. It wasn't video when I was doing it. Like we used to do Skype. You could do a phone
audio
call
calls,
through Skype or something. Yeah.
Viber,
Like Viber, yeah.
Viber, yeah.
But the cool thing about that was you didn't know what was going to be in the next town. You just jumped on a bus.
Yeah, you just read it in the book.
You read literally those travel
You get on
books.
this bus,
Yeah,
for 17 hours.
yeah,
Even though it probably should take about 2 hours to drive there.
yeah.
And then you have to get on this boat. And then you end up in this
Fucking
hostel.
random town.
Yeah.
I've been in some weird transport situations in like Cambodia and Laos, especially like where you'd be on a minivan or something.
Cambodia is wild.
Like some bloke would you'd go to the bus station and get a ticket for a bus, and they'd just get their mate with a minivan to show up, and then they'd stop in the middle of some town, throw loads of random people in, like locals with big bags of rice over their shoulders and chickens and all sitting beside you, just looking at you, and you're just
boxes of chicken beside you. It's like
you're just
sweating.
You're just like,
your
oh
vest
shit,
is yellow with the sweat. It's like, oh no.
oh, I'd do it all again.
Would you
do it all again?
Yeah, I don't know.
Not at this.
No, yeah.
Maybe not at this age.
Not at this venture, yeah.
I'd do it more touristy now if I was doing it. I'd be like, I'd have nice hotels booked and all. I wouldn't be going to hostels and shit.
Yeah, big time.
My first night in a hostel in fucking Thailand, I was just like, fuck this. We're paying extra money.
Yeah.
And we start paying, instead of €5, we were paying 20 to have our own, or 10 or 15 to have our own room. Because just like, there's all these dudes creeping on your missus and all. It was weird.
Yeah.
Wasn't into it.
Yeah, you went much later than I was there. I was there a couple of times before you.
Yeah. I was late to the party.
Like early 2000s, like.
Right, really?
Yeah.
Fuck. No, I was well late. I was 27 when I went.
Yeah.
Which was good in a way because I had a bit more cop on.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the first night, man, it's like, I went for a shower in the hostel and I came back out of the shower. My missus was like, oh, can we move room tomorrow? And I was like, what? Oh, your man's trying to come on to me while you were in the shower and all.
Oh, what?
Fucking scumbags, yeah.
Jesus.
Some French cunt.
Oh, of course, yeah. Probably has like a knife in his mouth. Yeah, it's like, my name is Jean-Paul.
So, literally, getting our own rooms from there on, it's better off.
It's the only way. Yeah, it's the only way. And then, but like, that's all pre-COVID. All pre-COVID.
Oh, yeah.
So I wonder what it's like now. You know, and it's the same with Australia. You used to be able to jump in a van up the East Coast, stop off all these gaffs, just, you know, meet some strange weirdos and just have a bit of crack, but like, and then, or people just stopping off to get settled to end up working there. And, you know, you'd have a bit of crack. But then, remember, COVID hit, they kicked everyone out. Like, everyone on the travel visa. Yeah. Later, good luck.
You weren't allowed to leave. My brother stayed in Melbourne during COVID.
He stayed there.
He was working there, and he wasn't allowed to leave the house at 8 o'clock at night. Wow. And of course, he'd be, I was out last night anyway. Yeah. He's just, if you tell him not to do something, he does it.
And now they're saying it's probably a bit overhanded. Like, it's too much. They did too much.
Just a little bit, lads.
Yeah, that's grand. They just ruined everyone's life. Gave everyone PTSD.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
I was only talking about it last night.
Yeah.
My head is still wrecked over it.
Yeah, I kind of moved on now.
Yeah, I should
now. But it is what it is. But everything's changed. I was thinking on the way down, talking to you, I was like, where's the zeitgeist gone? Do you know, do you remember when the whole world got behind something?
Yeah.
Be it a band or a movie. Or like, that only lasts like a week. 2 weeks.
Now?
Yeah. Or there's so many of those things. It's not, you know, it's a niche now. Everything is a niche. Like, you can go. It's like, say, Oasis, right? They were part of the zeitgeist. Everyone, you were either into them or you weren't into them.
100%.
But it was the whole world. Or,
literally.
You know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just like rose tinted glasses. But it's like, it was the whole world.
I think it's the speed media travels at now.
Yeah.
It's disposable now.
Yeah.
Like stuff that happens now that will be forgotten about in a week would have been talked about for a year back in the day.
Yeah. Like, go deep with that because I think a lot of people bank on the fact that it gets forgotten very quickly.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of bad news can disappear quick,
Yeah.
nice and conveniently quick now.
Yeah.
And other news comes out to help cover that up too.
Like plausible deniability. You just
Yeah.
go, nope, didn't happen. No, or yeah, and then it did happen. And then they go, well, moving on.
Yeah, what was it they used to say? 24-hour news cycle?
Oh,
24-minute news cycle now?
yeah. Yeah, it's gone now. You can just go, no, I didn't do that at all.
Like, you know the way, for example, 9/11 was this generational moment that we still talk about. Like, from an social experimental angle, if that happened now, it probably wouldn't be a big deal in a month now.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Possibly.
They just move on to something else. Like,
yeah.
it's
the
it's
loss
not
the loss of
good.
innocence, the end of the 90s, really, the official end of the
Yeah.
90s. Like,
I still remember that so strongly, but
yeah,
nothing has value anymore.
No.
Not even
like, world changing moments.
Yeah.
But, like
weird,
looking on the news today, you're just like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
And there's so much fucking shit like at your disposal now, like so many distractions that even when I watched that 8-minute video of Trump talking about how they're starting to attack Iran, like halfway through it, I was nearly going to flick onto something else. And then I was like, Adam, this is fucking huge. You have to watch this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get so, just the doom scrolling and it takes over. I find it hard to stay
But
focused.
that's like you're going, oh, they're banking on apathy, like they're banking on it completely. Everyone's just so disillusioned. Like, remember that documentary I was telling you about? The Adam Curtis documentary is like, can't get you out of my head.
Yes.
And it's like basically like he's saying, like, politicians are banking on the fact that you have this idea that you can make a change, but they know that you can't.
Really?
They give you the idea that you can. And you're like, look what we did, Think about like Irish politics now, right? They just go and do things and they don't consult. They go, oh, the constituents want this. I don't know anyone that wants these things. It's like nobody. Like nobody. Literally nobody. And they just go and do it anyway. And they just go and do it. And it's like, you can't name in the last 10 years, can you name one thing besides the obvious one? And you'll probably get it. That there was only 2 or 3 where there was like everyone bandied together and made sure that it happened in Irish politics. Like they made sure either by protest or by pressure.
Yeah.
This needs to happen or this cannot happen.
So the one that comes to me is probably the mother baby home stuff. Remember that was kind of revealed.
But that wasn't even the whole country. Like everyone had opinions on it, but they weren't like you and me going out on the street and like kicking.
Right. Well, then talking about going out on the street, we've got the water one. It's the only one I can think of.
That's the only one.
It's really strong.
It was. I mean, that's the only one.
Yeah.
Like obviously you have the marriage referendum.
Yeah.
The repeal the 8th referendum, but they're like forcing changes, right? But this was like, Ireland, this is happening, and we're like, oh no, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not happening.
That's
cool. The only one that you can really think of, because otherwise everything else is just like, this is happening, and it just happens, and we just sit down and just take it. We just sit down and just take it.
We are pretty shit at standing up for ourselves.
What was it you said? Show your belly. We just show our belly and just go.
Just roll over.
Yeah, just roll over
and just give out about it at home, and then
exactly. And it's like you cannot do anything about it. It's like, what am I going to do about it? And then if you do, you're in trouble because you're a troublemaker or you're ruffling feathers. And that like trickles down even just to like general stuff in your employment and everything. It's like if you kick off about a thing or you're disruptive and and it trickles down to everyone's so apathetic and just like,
it's interesting.
Yeah. I just think it's just like something's gonna have to give. Something's gonna have to give. Not like a rally cry or anything, but it's just like, because most of us are doing okay.
Yeah,
but like there's a lot of people that aren't doing okay.
Oh man,
a lot of people are doing really bad.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing that's coming. The wave that's coming is people are just going to realize, well, there's 2 waves. One is the cost of living. It's incrementally getting worse and worse. And I don't know if people are ignoring it. Like, just even basic shit. Like, if you go to do your shopping, just go to your shopping, you're like, that was 120 2 weeks ago, and now it's 135, and then it's 150, and then it's...
But they're too busy trying to keep their head above water to go out and protest about it. It's literally
that. The water level is getting higher, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But they just like, what? They go, oh, what am I going to do about it? What can I, little old me, what could I do about it?
Well, that might be one of the ones. I don't know what will finally flip the switch. Will there be a moment or something? But the other one is the one that the incoming wave, the incoming tsunami for me is job losses with AI, man. Yeah. I think that's a tsunami, man.
Yeah, it is.
Now, I could be wrong, but I feel like it is coming.
Yeah.
See, Amazon let 16,000 people go like a week ago.
Yeah.
And it came out by a dodgy email by accident or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody like said it in an email by accident, and then someone seen that, and then
yeah. But so that could, like, if you're not planning on what you're going to do for that, if you feel vulnerable now, wait till that happens.
Yeah. So
get planning, get thinking about it.
Like a contingency plan.
So, you know, I wouldn't say everybody, most people use it, you know, from word processor to, you know,
the basics.
Programming. But like, even programmers are like, you know,
they can
solve major problems within moments, you know, that like it would take the teams of people years to do.
Like graphic designers, like, they're in trouble, bro.
But so like, okay, most people are just so oblivious to it. But, you know, here's like last Christmas, there was the Coca-Cola ad. Everyone goes, right, now it's Christmas now. You see the 18-wheeler Coca-Cola truck coming in. It was all AI. It wasn't the one that's been playing for years.
Was it?
Do a new one, you know.
Was it?
Like, yeah, it was, and it was very clearly AI.
No way.
You know, just running short of people having 6 fingers, and, you know, clearly AI. And, you know, again, the uproar is a little whimper, and it goes away. You know, it's like that's at its baseline level. People go, oh, it wasn't as good. It doesn't give you the feels, you know.
Yeah,
because
like that was last Christmas. This Christmas, like, well, not this Christmas.
We got away with it, lads.
Yeah, but like the ad will be even more like realistic.
Yeah,
like I'm studying that stuff now because I know where it's going, and it's getting. Have you seen that Sea Dance 2.0 yet?
Yeah, no, I've seen some of your stuff, but what I mean, it's like, I knew it was AI.
Yeah.
Desi breakfast roll, and you know, and down the road, it can just be like, but there was something off about it, and people were like, "This is terrible. This is an outrage." You know, it's if you noticed it, you definitely noticed it, but it just felt wrong. You know, and it's just, you know. Yeah, you're probably right, but it'll be too late by the time these people go, all right, you're gone, right? Well, we don't need you anymore. You know, copyists, bankers, stock trades.
People that work in advertising,
you know,
marketing.
It's like, if you would like start working with your hands soon.
Yeah.
Like, be a barber, be a
plumber, electricians.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'd rather be an electrician than a plumber, but just for well, look, all these excessive demand for servers now with all this stuff. Yeah, the electricians are going to be like, yeah, man, I'll wire that up.
Now they'll still use AI, because like, even when you're designing like a complex electrical routing solution, you're going to design it with the design software.
Would make sense.
The design software is going to go, oh, this would be a better way to do it, but still needs that human touch, because it has to go through approvals, up the ladder, and go, that's wrong. You know, AI gets things wrong.
Oh yeah, for sure,
like, a lot. Yeah. So, but it only, if you tell the LLM that, like, that's wrong, it won't get it wrong next time, and it's just going to keep on improving.
Just keeps improving.
And then but you still have to, like, it still has to go through 10 people before you have boots on the ground and lads on tools actually installing it. And even when the lads are on tools, they'll look at it and go, the fuck is this? I don't do it that way.
Yeah.
You know, and that's down to, like, skill sets or experience, or it's either I don't do it that way, or that's not going to work because X, Y, Z. And so the changes have to either go back or they change it on the fly on tools. You know,
Time will
so
tell.
there still is going to be that point where it has to remove it, like, because the AI isn't going to, unless it grows hands and fingers and toes,
Yeah,
get in under a sink and fix your sink. Like, it's just not. So, but it's everything. So your sink is going to probably get better because the design software is going to fix the sink issues that have been around for centuries. Oh, we have a better way, better components, better materials, better this, that, the other. So it's like the plumber is going to have less to do. So you better be a good plumber.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
There'll be
Because
less plumbers.
There'll be less,
Well,
like, so it is going to affect like everyone.
Oh, dude,
So you either have to be shit hot at what you do and know your stuff and use the design software and the AI and they go, oh, he's great, isn't he? Because he uses that stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's all they care about.
Yeah,
They'll just
exactly.
go, isn't he great? You know, he uses the software and
It's going to be a totally different world in 10 years.
yeah.
Like,
Here's the
totally.
problem. In AI right now, it's moving so fast. There's so many spoofers. Like,
Yeah.
so many spoofers. Like, just, you know, oh, AI this, AI that. And, you know, they don't know. They don't know. Like, they've done a few courses on it, whatever. No, I'm not saying there's no experts. There's absolutely experts.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of spoofers, like, down the line.
There's lads that are pretending they bring in an extra service, but they're just using AI.
They're in their home office chatting with
AI,
ChatGPT.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
look, I use it. Everyone uses
I use it for
you know?
research and stuff.
And it's like, but it gets things wrong.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I do argue with it sometimes. Like actual, like, and then I have to check myself and go, you're arguing with a fucking piece of like a large language model that's just going to say, yeah, the most agreeable piece of software I've ever worked with. It's like, you're brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like your idea. Yeah, you're right. That was a bad idea, actually.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know. I think
annoying.
like before it gets to a stage where it's like, you're going to have your own one, like your own.
Like a personalized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll get that far because people may go, you know, people aren't talking to each other anymore. You know, little Johnny is just, you know, doing his history homework and he's just talking to his
phone,
AI.
his computer.
His computer's just doing all his homework for him. You know, not in the traditional sense, but like we'll talk to him about, you know, the history of, you know, the Prussian War or something he's studying, whatever it is. But he's not going out and he's just talking to his language model.
Yeah.
You know, it's
that's
shit.
There's people like having not sexual relationships, but like using it as a therapist, like telling it their life problems, and you know yourself with ChatGPT, it'll tell you what it thinks you want to hear. Like you know,
I think there's a family of a kid who are taking an AI company to court because the AI basically assisted him in like making the decision to kill himself.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it does that whole fully agreeable thing.
It didn't tell him to do it, but it didn't tell him not to.
It told him all his ideas were good. Yeah.
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 Yeah. You know?
That's rough.
Rough. And like, so, you know, there's a lady, there was that documentary about the girl who I was having the text conversation with her long distance boyfriend who did the same thing. She was just affirming his intentions all the time, and then she was up in court. So I guess it's the same
thing, isn't it?
Exactly the same thing. She didn't tell him to do it, but she did not tell him to do it, or didn't call the authorities to go, this lad needs a bit of help. Like,
they're probably going to adapt it now because of that.
They're going to have to. And especially this thing with the deep fake thing with Grok and all that stuff as well. You know, they're going. You know, there has to be, but they're going to have to make the mistakes first.
Yeah, there's going to be a few bad episodes.
Yeah, and then it's like who, you know, that's terrible, obviously. But there's going to be pop up things sometimes that aren't terrible, but someone sees them as terrible. So then you're going, well, who made you the gatekeeper? Of this, because there's lots of people who enjoy it. You know. Whatever that might be, I don't know what it is yet because it hasn't happened, but, you know, because we just don't know. But then, you know, who watches the Watchmen? Like, who makes them the boss, you know? So everyone's saying, oh, we're going to bring Elon Musk to court. No, you're not.
Good luck with that.
Why? He doesn't have anything to do with it. You know, he just, you know, signs the checks. Like, you know, you have all like teams and teams of engineers, and they will literally say, whatever goes in comes out.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea of AI. So it's just like, okay, well, we'll fix that one thing, and another one's going to pop up. It's like a serpent's head, you know, it's just going to pop up again.
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't know what it is yet. So
it's fucking insane
terrifying.
times ahead, bro.
Terrifying.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Insane times ahead.
Yeah.
I'd love to come back to this podcast in 10 years and see if
You'll be lying.
We should do a predictions one sometime.
You'll be lying in a bed with your eyes closed and there's just a machine attached to your head. You wouldn't have moved in 3 years.
Yeah, be all atrophied.
Yeah.
Just lying there like
sitting in salt water.
Floating, yeah. Hyperbaric chamber or some shit.
Yeah. That's
God, yeah, but I'll be like, my consciousness will be thrown into a 20-year-old version of myself.
Yeah, just doing leapfrogs over the wall.
Be back in Bangkok.
Yeah. Yeah. Who needs to go to? We can go to Bangkok in 1996.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like?
Do you think life will be like that? Do you think it'll be like that we'll be living in a virtual reality? Or?
No, like that's what I'm saying. Like there'll be things that'll pop up, but people will go, that's too far.
That's too
Can't
far.
go for that.
Yeah.
But there's already things where, you know, machinery has been used on bodies, like to help them. You know, you've got like the
neural thing.
The thing that goes into your cranium for if you're hard of hearing, like.
Right,
seen those? They're not hearing aids, but they literally go into the nerve stem. Have you seen those?
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
I haven't seen them in practice.
Yeah, I saw a lady with one.
Right.
It's basically like it's literally drilled into your head.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but that's, you know, it's already happening. I mean,
she's like part cyborg.
Sort of.
Yeah. The seed is planted.
Yeah. But like that's okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, but like people are gonna have like bionic knees and stuff, right?
But
which is kind of good, though.
Only if you want one.
Only if you can
afford
one.
So like a lot of people who are, you know, hard of hearing or don't have the hearing at all will just go, there's nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with me at all. They go, would you not like this thing?
Yeah.
That you can, you know, hear better than me.
It's
you
just...
can hear better than someone who does hear. And they'll go, no, there's nothing wrong with me, you know. I can see things and I can sign and all that kind of jazz.
I'd be very wary about my thoughts, like someone else having access to my thoughts. You know what I mean? Like I would never want a chip in me that can read everything I'm thinking or thinking about.
Long before that.
Yeah.
They've accessed colors and shapes. That's all.
There is people like that have no mobility that can like get their chair and stuff to do things by like whatever's
move the ball.
No, but they've got some plant in them.
Yeah,
that it can. How can I don't know. It's able to communicate, and then
Boston Dynamics.
They can like Boston Dynamics stuff, and can tell them they can tell their chair to move and all.
Yeah.
Which is very cool for them. It's a lot of freedom back. Like
I think we'll be long gone before it's that. Well, maybe not. So like
we might be.
You know. What's it like? Processing power doubles every year, every 18 months, and so does storage shrinks in half. There's a scientific law.
Oh, is there?
So processing power doubles and storage shrinks.
Right. So
storage size shrinks.
Oh, the storage size required for that.
The capacity doubles and the size shrinks.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, and then there's another one for batteries as well. There's like all this stuff that we just are way beyond our pay grade.
Yeah, way beyond mine. And
yeah. Just go, did you hear about that thing? You know? Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
But even like in the industry I was in for my fucking whole career, like the automotive industry, that's going to be totally different. I mean, like electric cars are coming in anyway, but I was saying to the lads, there's going to be 2 lad techs in a workshop and the 2 of them will just be on laptops. Because there's no engines, there's no gearboxes, there's fuck all to fix on these electric cars. The brakes are never gone on them.
Yeah.
There's like tires.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
And bodywork.
But
Like,
they're all, but all the components of that are specialized, right? It's like,
nothing gets taken apart really.
yeah,
Very rarely. The battery's the odd time. Everything else is just replace the whole component. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Well, there's not in the workshops. They're not taking them apart and soldering out chips and soldering in new
yeah, yeah.
chips and all.
But like, it's the external environments have to catch up
Yeah,
now, right?
yeah.
So they're saying, oh, it'll be 2 years. There'll be, driverless cars, driverless taxis in Ireland. I want to fix them roads.
We haven't even got the infrastructure
You know,
for normal fucking cars in Dublin.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, good luck with that.
yeah. Good
Take a
luck with
drive
that.
through any Dublin street and you'll have, 10 people run out in front of you.
It's still
You're
built for
not
horses
You're not
and
going
carts.
anywhere. Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. That popped into my head the other day. It's like literally the word for road is like boher. It's like cows go.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Something
go.
like that.
Really?
But bow is cow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. True.
Or I think is like to travel or to go, I think.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's how back, and we haven't really improved.
yeah.
Since,
Because well, if you gave it to Trinity Irish language, department, they'll just go on road and they'd add a little, they'd
Yeah.
add an accent and that'd be it. Like on bus.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
imaginative. These
Yeah.
people get paid for this,
Well, not for much longer either.
yeah. AI's gonna take over.
That's like what's in colleges now, because surely everyone's just AI in their fucking assignments. I don't know. Like, or have they got a way of what's the word where it's for cheating again in college?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like a check, like even when I was in college in 2017, it was like you'd upload your assignment into some website and it would check for.
My neighbour is a professor, actually. He was telling me
Mm.
about it. Now, I'm going to get it wrong.
Plagiarism,
But
like,
basically, they have a new thing in place.
for
like,
AI.
what he does with his
Yeah.
classes. I know that for sure.
Right.
So, I don't know.
You can read a ChatGPT document. You can tell, like,
Yeah.
if someone ChatGPTs an answer out to you,
I
you
wonder
can tell.
if they do that on purpose. It has like all these, all the...
Yeah, the
you know,
hyphens and
yeah.
fucking all this stuff. And they throw loads of emojis in as well, and all this crap.
That's
like,
nice of them, yeah.
yeah, nice friendly
Only
emojis.
messing.
Pain in the hole. And
Yeah, yeah.
can't live with it and can't live without it
Yeah,
at this stage
I know,
already.
I know. So, like, even in like music, there's like, Soma, Suno.
Have you messed with it?
No, I
Dude.
heard it's great, but
Dude.
but again, people are just not going to engage with it, really, or are they? Or if they do, they're weirdos. I think
Yeah, do you know what I'll do?
it's
I'll-
fun.
I'll finish this podcast, like not with me and you here, but post edit
Yeah,
with a Suno track, right?
Yeah.
Just for the crack.
yeah,
It's not music, right? Well, it's not art, right? This is the big debate. But it's so clever now that you can, like, I do sometimes toss lyrics and a melody into it. Like, you can say, grab the app on your phone, sing a melody into it, and then toss lyrics in, and it'll cough something out. They
So,
can't, like
even from a singer-songwriter, it's going to be a tool.
a tool, yeah.
Yeah,
There is a studio version of it that apparently is quite useful for that.
I mean, but like, even if you do, okay, it's going to help you write that song. It's a model that's taken, it's looking at every song that's existed or every song that's in its database,
Yeah.
and it's going to kind of take little bits and bobs from it, and so it's up to you to kind of take that and not just copy what it's given to you. It's just like, okay, that's the idea, but it doesn't sound right. You have to make that change. But there is now dance artists who are literally just dragging and dropping loops.
Yeah, for sure.
Dragging and dropping loops
Yeah.
and sticking it out, and they'll sell hundreds of thousands of
Just
copies
stand
of
on the stage with the decks.
and it's not right.
No.
And if here's us like going, oh, we're purists, you can't be doing that, and they go, you're just jealous,
Yeah.
We're not. It's just like it's like we've taken something to protect, like you
Yeah.
have to protect it, like.
I think music, like I was in the studio with the band the other day and with the engineer, and I was saying to them, I think music is actually the art form that's under most threat, I think, because it can cough out studio standard music in 5 minutes, and some clown could come out and say he wrote that when he didn't. Now,
Yeah.
he wouldn't even be able to perform it, is the weird thing. Do you know what I mean? But
so it depends. Like, it's all very subjective. Like, if you go, okay, I'm a singer-songwriter and I'm stuck on something, isn't that amazing that you could go, here's my song so far, I'm stuck, where should I go? You know, obviously the chord progressions that do exist for hundreds of years and all that kind of stuff, it'll go, here's the best course of action, you know, that, okay, and you take that and go, okay, and then you run with that. That's great. But though, if it just goes, okay, just use this, and you go, okay, it's cool, I'm just going to use that.
in.
Yeah, I'm just going to use
weird,
that.
isn't it?
That's weird. It's just, and then, you know, if you achieve success with that, you're kind of just cheating.
Are you going to feel like you really...
You can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell. You can absolutely tell.
It's
Stick
too
on
clean.
commercial radio now. It's just, we're at the stage now. I was in a coffee shop the other day. We're at the stage now where there's cover versions of dance hits.
Like 90s dance hits are being covered. Yeah, I've heard loads of them. Yeah.
Like, so they're covering like electronic music again, and it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Because what happened, the great thing about electronic music in the late 80s, early 90s, even up to the 2000s, was that the litigation issues didn't exist. And that's why hip hop was so successful up until a point. And it's still successful, but it changed when the litigation started. When, you know, Otis Redding's family, you know, go, oh, you used a little snippet of his vocal.
Right.
Thanks very much. I'll have a little bit of that, please. And then the you know, it took the art, that was the art form, that you're taking something that exists and it's not, some people would say it's the same thing. I don't think it's the same thing at all.
It's not quite the same.
It's not quite the same thing. You're tipping the hat to these people.
Exactly.
You're not plagiarizing. You're not saying that it's yours at all. In fact, it's quite the opposite, you know?
And it's twist. Most of the time, sure, you're a producer, you know, you don't just take 4 bars off an Otis Redding track and just drop them in. And,
you can.
Well, you can, but any
Well,
good producer will try and put their own twist on it.
Of course,
though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I like what he done with that. Like, I like he's after reinventing that little tiny last part of a chorus. He's after making a whole track.
That was the art form.
Yeah.
And then there was clowns who came along and just go, well, I'm just going to take that thing and just loop that.
Loop that, yeah.
And because and there was literally no, and I'm just going to pay for that sample.
Right.
I'm just going to pay for it.
Yeah.
To allow me to do that. And there's no skill in it. There's no, you know, you haven't put your own little stamp on it. And, you know, again, the purists will go, you can't do that. And they go, why not? You're just jealous. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you end up at the same point. Correct. But the original intent was not like that.
The people that make pop music that's on the radio, right, which I don't listen to because it'll do my head in, are they concerned now with this AI stuff?
No, because they're the type. I think they're the type of people who would go, "Oh, great! I'm just going to let it do the thing."
Sure, their stuff was as bad in my eyes anyway, so it doesn't make any difference to me whether Beyonce uses AI music or not because it's trash anyway.
Yeah, you can tell. Like the people who genuinely like make music. Even if they're pop artists who have a say, you can tell that because it's still quite good. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I mean, you don't have to be a fan, but you can at least admire it.
You can respect it.
You can go, okay, so Billy and Phineas Eilish, Connolly, whatever their name is, you can go, it's not my bag, but I admire it because they're songwriters and they're good. They're not going to turn around and go, right, I'm just going to stick this into AI and it's going to finish the song for us. They have a bit more about them than that.
Yeah, a bit more integrity or whatever.
Again, you can tell. It's just like, it's not your bag, but you can definitely go, that's cool. It's good music, you know?
I suppose where it might come in useful is just in like advertising and shit like that. You know, where the music isn't really...
But there's already an industry there. Like of people who write music for ads, and it's like you're killing that.
Oh yeah, it's gone. It's
a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're gonna kill your own thing. It's like you're walking into a house fire. Like even if you're your product manager and you go, I need a song for this. I'm just gonna fuck that guy. I'm just gonna stick it through AI and write a song for me. it's coming for you next.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
don't do that.
Mm.
You know, go the opposite way. Actually go and reach out to a songwriter and someone will write a jingle for you and do it that way. If that's how you feel about your job, liking your job that much, because you're next.
I wonder if it'll
Come back around.
People just start going, I just want to see a dude on the acoustic guitar
Yeah.
with a flawed vocal,
Yeah,
please.
Yeah. Going back to the ads, like Hans Zimmer started he was one of the first people to be played on MTV. In fact, his band was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it
Video Killed the Radio Star?
Was he in that band?
He was in the Buggles, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So he started with the Buggles.
Yeah.
Right? He was some krautrock band. Moved to London, started doing jingles for TV shows and ads. He wrote Going for Gold. You know that? Remember that TV show?
Yeah.
In the afternoons, you come home from school.
Yeah.
That was him.
Was it?
So
he's come a long way.
Well, he's come a long way. Do you see what I mean? Like, but what he did was like, he's not formally trained in classical music.
Is he?
He just like, you know, does it now. But what he did was he was put into these environments with these like, with orchestras and soloists and stuff, and he would do the smart thing, and he would use technology. He would record them, doing a set amount of movements of play and volumes and tones of their instruments, and he would bank it all.
Right.
And then he would go, okay, and then he would put it all into his samplers. Excuse me. He'd put it all into his samplers, and then he had sampled of real people.
Oh, was that what he was doing?
So that's where the whole idea of like digital media composers came from. It was from him.
No way.
Because he had stacks of samplers back in the day of like
That's
hardware.
class.
And they was like, okay, one sampler's running all of my violins, but the other sampler's running all of my percussion, but it's orchestral.
That's
insane. So it's
wizardry.
It's virtual orchestra. But then, you know, he'd have a stack of instruments. But then it's like, how do I get that into that? And now it's in, you know, PCs and Macs all over the world.
Yeah.
You know? And now that industry is like jam-packed with like insane talent and who aren't formally trained in like in classical music. Doing movies and stuff.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's insane.
Yeah. But like, he's the go-to guy. Like,
he's the goat.
Yeah,
he's the guy who did it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure there's lots of people along the way that helped them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure.
Influenced them.
You know, so don't take my word for it. But like, that's how it began. And I'm sure there was a gang of them that were all, you know, we can do this instead. Well, you know, we don't need an orchestra. Orchestra are expensive. Time consuming. But that fucked over all those soloists who had an industry and a go-to.
Yeah.
So they had to find something else to do.
That's just the way things happen in time, though. Yeah. That's just life.
Adapt or die. Like.
Yeah.
So I'm sure those soloists were never without work, right?
Yeah.
But they might have lost a few bits and bobs here. But you know, the days of like those big, you know, John Williams bombastic orchestras are kind of nearly gone. If you watch a movie now, it's all synth and, you know, digital composition, like, and not always. If you have the money for it, they'll have. Now, bear in mind, like, he will have like his digital composition, and he'll have a notebook full of like ideas and stuff, and then eventually he will have layers of real instruments on top of his digitization, like
to beef it up,
to make it sound real, because to a trained ear, it can get a bit stale, a bit stagnant, like, or and so, you know, you will have, imagine you have a ton of strings, you put real strings on top of that, but you don't need a full orchestra worth of strings. You just need a few soloists doing the loop over and over again, just a few parts.
Suddenly comes to
all
life.
Of a sudden it has that kind of, that realness to it,
that fullness to it.
Yeah. Because so like it's across the board. It's across the board.
Yeah.
Even, you know, you and I know, you know, we've fixed our vocals. We've done things, you know, even as far back as early 2000s, we were able to do certain things. You know, even the idea of chopping silence to make your vocal pop more, and those things that weren't possible in the space of like 3 years. Yeah. We went from like hardware recorders where it was like 4 or 8 track digital boxes
Big heavy things.
Yeah, so we could write the track on a computer, but we couldn't record the vocal on as well.
No.
So we'd have to record the music onto the box, record the vocal onto the box, and then bounce it all back.
The first time me and the lads recorded, even before we met you, we went to some fucking shitty studio and we had to record in one take, whatever setup he had. Vocals had to be done in one take. I don't know. I was young, so I didn't know. I was like, one take, yeah, all right, we'll do it like that.
Yeah.
We literally, like, Sharif would finish a verse and I'd roll in.
Yeah. I did my first tape recording on tape in a studio when I was 15.
Did you?
Yeah, I was 15.
15?
Yeah, I was 15, yeah.
We should talk about, like, your little journey through music.
Yeah.
That's what we were supposed to be talking about, but we went...
It's just like, fucking, what's going on outside the door? AI. The world's going to fall apart, lads. There's only a few.
What were you doing when you were 15? Was it bass? You were a bass player first?
I started in a band playing bass with a band called Puget Sound.
Puget Sound?
Yeah, which was with a couple of friends from school and around the way. And we were kind of like this kind of ska punk band. And we played our first gig when we were 14 in a smelly punk bar in town. And we were kids, like
little skinny weasels,
little androgynous little weirdos with guitars on our back. And our first gig, because we were mad into punk rock and like reggae and stuff. And we got a gig in the Old Chinaman in town, which was a punk bar. You know, it was like sawdust and spit on the ground, and people weren't drinking pints; they were drinking cans. You know,
no way,
that kind of crap, hash everywhere, all that kind of jazz. And we played our gig. It was great. You know, we rehearsed our arse off up in our friends' house.
Yeah,
we were good. Like, we were good.
Tight.
But we were kids, and they you know, we were playing to adults. Like adult head cases, like Mohicans, skinheads, bomber jackets, the works, 18-hole docks, you know, playing with bands. And we ended up playing gigs with them a lot. Like, it was like Strychnine DC, I think they're still going.
Really?
Yeah, very famous kind of Irish punk band. You know, I think they came from the Radiators originally. And we had to play the gig. And as soon as we were finished, we had to do a runner to get the last train home.
Yeah.
And we were running down from Georgia Street, and it was late, and we were running for the train. We all had, like, my mate has his cymbals and his snare, and I had the bass guitar, and the guards just fucking boom slammed us up against the shutters of a shop. Thought we'd robbed the gear.
Because we were like
little kids. We were kids. We were kids in town at, you know, close to midnight, and then we were like booting it down the road trying to get to the train station.
That's hilarious.
And we were just like, oh, we just played a gig. We're just like running for the train. And they were just like, huh? Even they were surprised. So yeah, I played with them lads for a few years, and then I stepped into a friend of mine's band when their bass player left, called Ultra High Frequency, UHF. And they were like, our drummer was incredible for his age. And his dad was a famous drummer. And so he was a natural. And that was really unusual, because I was into everything at the time. I wasn't just a rocker. Like, I was into, you know, it was back in the days where it was, are you a rocker or a raver? You're a rocker, or you can't be both.
Yeah, you couldn't be both. You had to be.
Yeah. So I was like, no, I'd like it all.
Really?
And so, but when I joined that band, like, they were playing Prodigy tunes. Really? They were playing the Prodigy tunes, you know?
Shit.
And so I had to learn all their songs. They were playing Prodigy covers. That's how good.
Prodigy covers, like, live.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah. So, like, we were all into, you know, digital effects started coming out for guitars and stuff like that. So you were able, whammy pedals and, you know, digital delays and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, the big boards that you used to get.
Yeah.
And so, like, they tried their best to make everything sound not like guitars. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, more like synths and boards.
Yeah, it was more synth. Yeah. And so, like, and we played a few gigs, and it was great crack. And then, then I got kind of ended up getting into, because I was hanging out with them, ended up getting into drum and bass and jungle and stuff.
You've been around the block with music.
I know, I started getting really into drum and bass and jungle. And then I started, because I had been programming music with my brothers since we were kids. Like, we had a shitty computer, and we were able to program beats, you know, on you know, Amiga 500, you know,
Jesus.
like we're going way back. And there was a really old programs we were programming on where, you know, nowadays you'll have a linear program, but this is coming down.
Oh, really?
You know, everything
Yeah.
was going down. So, yeah, so it was real old school. And we were programming beats on that. They were 8-bit
No
beats.
way.
Yeah, 8-bit. Yeah. And we were programming dance and jungle and stuff. And then got into DJing drum and bass and jungle through a friend of mine. His brother was into jungle and stuff. And then I started trying to program jungle and stuff. And then I was friends with the lads from All City Records.
Yeah.
And they really got me into hip hop and stuff.
So how you got into hip hop?
Yeah,
City.
yeah, because I was friends with the lads who own it. Yeah, so and they were like, oh, you should start writing some beats, hip hop beats, because you can write jungle and drum and bass stuff.
Hip hop should be
that's
easier.
good. and then so I slowly started to gravitate towards what they were into, which was like not just like on the nose hip hop. They were like the grassroots. They were into like, showing me, you know, the funk and soul stuff that you needed to know, those fundamentals that you needed to know. You know, where's that drum beat from?
Yeah.
You know, where's that bass line from? You know, where's that snare from?
Yeah.
This kind of crack, you know? And it's like, it was like, because then I started getting into DJing, like scratching and stuff, because they were prolific scratch DJs and hip hop DJs. And then I like, they were amazing. Like, but I never really got proper gigs with them, so it wasn't good enough.
Yeah, but you were catching up on.
But I started going out and getting my own gigs.
Yeah.
You know, and then I started playing with, writing beats for lads. You know.
Yeah. Were you writing beats for people before you hooked up with Finesse? Or was that what got you into writing?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, just for a mess kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got my hands on a load of gear. I just saved up and bought
Start
loads of
messing
stuff.
around.
Yeah. And there was the MPC XL changed
Game
everything
changer.
for us. What a machine.
Yeah.
What a machine. I think in like 20 years people will go, that thing. They're going
to be worth loads of money, man, them old MPCs.
Yeah, they hold, you know, you can get them for €600 still.
Really?
€600. Still. They hold their value, like.
Yeah.
People want them because they have that sound.
They've got that sound.
Specific sound.
Yeah.
Pain in the hole. Like, I've gone through 2 or 3 of them because I feel like getting one again.
You just bind them, like.
Yeah. I've had 2 or 3 of them. And then you get one, you go, oh, it's a pain in the ass. And you move on. It's like, there's nothing I can do on this that I can't do on my computer.
Yeah.
You know? But then you miss the sounds. And so, like, you're working on your computer trying to recreate that sound. So you have to, like, rubbish things up. You have to rough
them up to get that feel.
Which is very hard on a computer, believe it or not, because, you know, there's nothing that beats like sampling off a record straight onto a digital hard drive box of the sampler.
Yeah, and even hitting them pads, man. There must be something nice about hitting them pads.
It's haptic. Yeah, it's like, it's physical. There's something like, you know, you could put the head down and not lift your head up for 2 hours. And just in your head pads. And you're got your headphones on and you're all of a sudden it's nighttime and you're like, oh shit, you know. Something, but yeah, you miss that. But then at the same time, it's like the limitations. You have to be dedicated to going, okay, well, I'm limited here, but I'm willing to put up with it because of that. But I just get frustrated. And, it's like, what time is it? I have things to do, you know. And then I hooked up with Finesse, and Finesse was a great MCs, you know. Brilliant.
One of the best in Ireland's history.
You know, there's like hip hop in Ireland. It's like, it had 2 or 3 phases, you know. So like you'd have the early Ghost and Jay and Re-Raw and Scary Era, and then there was our groups.
We were the second generation,
the second wave. It was like late 90s, early 2000s, and so Finesse was brilliant. He was a battle MC, and he just looked like a, you know, not.
He just looked like a little dweeb.
He liked snooker and football, and you know, he wore glasses, and he was just like, hey, what's the story, guys? You know,
but he was super smart,
slick. He was so smart, and hooked up with him, and he was just really enthusiastic, and we started putting tunes out online,
like MySpace and
I wasn't patient enough for MySpace, I don't believe. I think so, maybe. Might still be up there somewhere. But it was more like on H2 era, IrishHipHop.com.
IrishHipHop.com and all, yeah.
And that's how we met you lads.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then like because he was doing battles all the time. So it was
And
like,
he was on that fucking radio show too a lot, wasn't he? What was that
he
called?
was on a 2FM show.
2FM show, yeah.
Yeah. Now you'd be better with the names than I would.
I've got I used to listen to it.
Yeah.
Him and Nui would be on it, and
Yeah.
a few other lads,
Rob
man.
Kell and
That was cool. Like,
yeah.
it was like giving like evening time on a mainstream radio station to Irish hip hop. Like,
Yeah.
I can't think of his name, so I can't think
Now,
of
like,
DJ's
there was
name.
Eric as well, Eric Moore, DJ Lazy.
That's right.
Yeah. Had a show as well. Now there was a few people at the time, but was it his show?
No,
Eric's show. Eric was more of the purist, like the kind of all city guy, where he'd be playing like, old hip hop, like original stuff. Yeah.
I can't. His name will come to me,
Yeah.
and if I think of it, I'll drop it in the description. But
So then, we met at parties and stuff. We met at gigs and parties all the time. And we were like,
yeah, we used to cross
hey,
paths.
you guys are pretty good.
Yeah,
We should do some stuff together.
I think it was
It's like,
Rich.
hey, you're pretty good.
Rich was a big fan of you. I think. And he
Yeah.
was like, we should work with them, and I was like, yeah, whatever,
Yeah,
man.
nice.
Yeah,
And the rest is history.
the rest is
It was
history.
20
yeah.
years ago.
Fuck.
Yeah, more. Nearly 25 years ago. No, it would be 20 years ago.
2002 or 3, I'd say.
Yeah, we're 22, 23 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think of the first gig we met at.
It was at some gig in
Was it the
part
one
of
at
the house.
Was it the one in the shed or
No,
something?
I think we'd met briefly at a gig.
Different
in
gig.
town, I think.
There was gigs every week,
Yeah.
wasn't there?
Yeah, but I don't think we'd seen each other play.
Yeah,
was it.
That
We
was when
met-
everyone was playing at that little shed
We
gig.
hadn't seen each other play in
That
person.
The darkness or the dark half?
The dark half, yeah.
The dark half.
Yeah.
It was their fucking
Yeah.
house party gig or something.
So, and we did all right. We did a lot of gigs. We did a lot of gigs.
Like you and Finesse.
Me and Finesse.
Yeah,
we did
yous
a
were
lot of
always
gigs.
gigging,
And
yeah.
Finesse won like some, some battles. Like, and at the time it was, people like to put it towards the 8 Mile thing. But I know for a fact that this was before 8 Mile.
It was happening before
It
8
was
Mile.
way before
Yeah.
8 Mile.
I
Now-
showed up at a battle when 8 Mile was coming out
Yeah.
and got smoked by Rob Kelly.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah. That's
I was only coming
all
up.
right. Yeah.
And Rob Kelly was well versed in battling before that.
Yeah.
And that was as
Yeah.
8 Mile was coming out. So,
Yeah, so it was well before that.
Yeah.
But, I think a lot of people will go, this kicked it off,
Yeah,
and it's like,
Eminem kicked
no.
off Irish hip hop.
No. Because, the DMCs, I remember the DMCs were on well before 8 Mile and, the incident with like Mech, eating the can of beans at the DMC championships and stuff. That was cool. It was all like, it was a good town for hip hop. Like,
It
it was
was
a
killer.
really good
Yeah.
fucking town.
It was, man.
And like, people were generally pretty nice, they're pretty
Yeah.
cool. And like, there was no trouble. And, everyone was, because it was like, to me, I think what kicked it off was All City. That's for me. It was like, that really brought everyone together. There was places to play. There was places to go.
Hangout
There
spots.
was, graffiti jams and, it was actual
And
hip hop.
they were releasing vinyl
Yes.
of Irish rappers.
Yeah.
Now only a few, but there was vinyl of Irish rappers. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you could drop your tapes in. You could do
Rera
it-
had one on it.
Yeah.
20 o'clock in the morning.
Do it 25 o'clock in the morning.
Sick
yeah.
track, man.
So,
Like-
there was, that's to me, because I was kind of in and around that all the time. So it was like, it was well before 8 Mile. Like,
Oh, yeah.
before.
Yeah,
and
it
it was
was.
like a good town to go out and see gigs. And then, and it was a good town to go see drum and bass. And it was a good town to see anything.
Dublin was brilliant for
It was
music.
amazing. Now,
It was brilliant.
Like, and there was Irish labels releasing Irish music, and it was like a night out. You come home with money in your pocket if you even made it home. And most of the time you didn't.
Yeah.
And then then we started doing music together, and then that was history then. So And
Fun
since
times.
then, I just, dabble. I try.
I think we all just dabble now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think like I can happily put hang the hat up and go, we did something.
Yeah,
We did something.
Yeah,
And if people care to listen to it or remember it, that's up to them.
that's up to
You
them.
know,
Yeah.
I don't get shitty about, not being included in the hot list.
The hot Irish hip hop list.
Don't
think it matters.
because like if you can go, I know I was there, I know
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
They know. The people who are on the hot list know.
Mm.
And if they care to mention you, happy days. If they don't, who cares?
I don't. Doesn't really bother me either way.
No, there'll be a
honest.
few people I'm sure who are quite precious about it, especially if they did do a lot.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine
Yeah.
as well. But it was great though. It was really good, and I think the arse got pulled out of it. Like it lost the arse because of it was 2008, pretty much the financial crash.
Yeah.
Where people had to leave the country.
The community kind of fell apart.
Yeah, it did a little bit.
It's a shame because like YouTube and all was kicking off then.
Yeah. Now
know?
there's like clubs were closing, pubs were closing.
Yeah.
The ability to be more mobile. For some reason, it feels like we were more mobile then
Than now.
Now, maybe it's because we didn't have any responsibility,
any dependence or that. Yeah.
But it was just, it felt like you were just a stone's throw away for going to a gig.
Yeah.
And just going to see stuff and going into town and buying records and whatever. But I think that kind of really killed it. Killed it. Well, at least that iteration of it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It was a good time. It was a good time. Like,
fuck it, we got a chance to run a bit of it anyway.
Yeah, it was good, and we did some good shows. We did some bad shows.
Done some good ones and done some bad ones.
Yeah, we did some real bad.
Bad ones are funny too, though.
Yeah, no,
you played some bad ones with us for sure.
Yeah, Muddy Fields and
that Muddy Field one, man. I went home like
all those kind of things. They're the kind of things that make you.
But they're funny though.
Yeah. But there also can be the things that you want to fucking die in a hole and just not want to do that ever again. Yeah. I just think there's like, when you're that age, it's that expectation. You're just like, I'm really good at what I do, and then you're like, why am I getting paid for this?
Yeah, that's the way I used to feel.
Yeah.
Which is, in hindsight, probably the stupid approach. But
it probably is. And it's like, but your ego is just like, oh, why am I getting paid for this? Now, you could do it two ways. You could start throwing your toys out and demand money, or you could start creating your own, environment. You will get paid. Yeah. Some people tried it, club nights, but I think by 2008 it was gone. It was done.
Yeah. There was a gap there where it disappeared.
Everyone had to leave or put the head down or have families and all that kind of jazz, which happens. But that gets my neck up a little bit. Is that like, is there still a scene? Maybe there is.
There could be, but we're not going to be called out to it.
No,
so we don't know. It could be happening without us, but I don't think there's a scene like there was.
But it only gets my back up is this, like, that people don't want to protect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like in the UK, there's enough people and there's enough places to play and there's enough of a community there that you can protect it by, dragging someone up and, but I just think Ireland's very small and it can, just our attitude to life in general kind of is like, well, why the fuck should I do that for him? He didn't do anything for me, kind of thing.
That's the way it always was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Now, not in Irish hip hop, just that's our attitude.
Yeah, that's our attitude.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
So it's like you've groups now who are great and they're probably doing gigs within their own little communities and stuff, but there is no scene. I don't think.
We should make our business to go and see a gig and see if there is a scene.
I always keep meaning to.
Yeah. I'd like to go and see what the skill level is like out of interest,
Great. I'd say it's great.
I'd say there's some killers out there, yeah. I'm sure there is.
Yeah, but it's this idea that like it's not for the it's not for the satisfaction level that we were like we would play gigs and we'd release underground tapes and CDs and stuff, and for the pure satisfaction of it.
Yeah, 100%.
And that was it.
I used to set up gigs sometimes for us
Yeah.
to play, and
Yeah.
even when we made money on the door, we'd
Yeah.
give it to anyone that worked for us
Yeah,
that
fucking
night.
right.
And I'd leave with no money, but I didn't care. It was like
Yeah.
loads of people came out.
Yeah,
Fuck. Now that's
exactly,
probably
yeah.
a bit ridiculous,
Yeah,
but that's the way I was.
yeah.
I just wanted to play in front of 100 or 200 people.
Yeah. Now, if you have a bigger community, bigger, you know, you get to have more money, and you can probably put some of that away and go, well, we should be
Yeah.
building the business for the promotion. We should be buying better gear. We should be, you know,
Yeah. It was,
releasing our vinyl.
when you're 20, you're just like,
yeah, exactly.
fuck, like.
It's like, oh, loads of money.
I wonder if it's harder or easier now. Like, say if we were 20 years younger and coming out now, right? And we had a fucking YouTube and an Instagram and a TikTok and all, would we be bigger than we were?
No.
You
No,
don't
well,
think so?
you could go viral.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier on, because I knew we'd probably end up talking about it. It's just like a lot of people are just like, they want to be the artist first,
Mm.
and they don't find their sound first.
Yeah, I get you.
They want to be the artist, so they act the artist.
They want to
They
be.
get all the tats and they get the look.
Okay, I got you.
And that has to come first. And they don't like, and you know, if they want to go that route, that's great. Okay,
We've
happy days.
done it the other
But
way.
it's like we did it the other way. We didn't give a shit how we looked, and
No.
you know, and
Showed up in the tracksuit top and a
but
t-shirt
we worked on our craft
all the
a
time. man.
lot.
I still remember, like, we'd all be standing in the room, 16s each,
Hundreds.
16s each, everyone doing 16 bars, one after the other, just sharpening each other's sword the whole time, man.
exactly.
And you had to keep up with everyone else. And yeah, like, we
Yeah.
had no luck. We all looked like totally different, but
Yeah.
there was a bunch of killers in the
Yeah.
band, producers and
Yeah.
rappers. Like, it's
And
crazy.
you know, so I think nowadays, I'm spitballing, like people try to be the artist first.
Yeah, because of social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it's like at the end of the day, I got some great advice talking about the All City lads from Dave Smith, who owns All City, and he was just like, you're nothing without a job. You want to, like, if you want to do this, do it, but you're still nothing without a job. You're nothing, and that's just the nature of Ireland, I think.
Yeah.
Now, you're not going to make a living out of it. You're just not.
Music.
You're just
Yeah.
not.
It's
I
really
think, like,
hard, man.
Especially now, is this like, I was watching the news about this, you know, they're incentivizing artists by giving them a working wage instead of promoting the art. Why don't you just spend the money on giving them places to play,
gigs and events, and
instead of just giving them money for nothing?
to sit on their home.
Now, I'm not saying they don't do anything, but what you're doing is you're giving them a living working wage.
Yeah.
And okay, they can then go and now, but not all art works the same way. Yeah, that might suit a painter or a sculptor or something, but does it suit a rapper or a, you know, you have to play the game, you have to play the grants game, and it's all locked in with revenue, and it's all locked in with the social, and so you're not incentivizing the art itself, you know. You're keeping them at a certain level. And I don't think it'd be harder to break through that. Spend the money on a place that people can play.
Set up a fucking venue and maybe a recording studio as well.
So back in the day, like the venues were at a premium. You know, when I said I was playing when I was 14, 15.
Yeah.
I had places to play when I was 15, 16.
Yeah, everywhere. There's loads of places.
I could play in the afternoon in Eamon Doran's.
Yeah.
And we had like tons of people go to it. It was all these kids did nothing to do, so they'd go into Eamon Doran's
on a fucking Wednesday night.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was daytime gig because it was an all ages show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Dermot Doran, who owned Doran's at the time, was like so into music that he was like, well, you know, you had the vision to go, you need to have these bands coming up, and the only way they get good, better than the rehearsal room, is to have an audience at a show, like, and so
100%.
Put them on a stage. They're gonna be shit. They're gonna suck. They're gonna fail. They're gonna bottle it. Some of them, but like at least they're getting that experience. And we played tons of gigs in those type places because it was like it was the done thing.
Yeah.
But now there's nowhere to play.
That was my favorite bit. Was the gigs.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
My favorite bit.
When they went well.
Yeah, when they went well.
Yeah. Like, I saw a gig online there the other day, and you know the rapper was at eye level with the crowd.
Right.
And I'm just like, oh, fucking, you know,
That's
it
just
was
like
just
that's like a
it was
gaff
just
party.
a bar, you know, and I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
do you remember how, you know, I don't know if you remember how uptight I was about how the stage looked. It's like, oh no,
Vaguely. Yeah.
you know, if there was a stage,
There was a good few stages
generally
back
there was
then.
a stage,
Yeah.
right? But I used to be like, oh, cover the front of the
Yeah, I remember
the
that.
thing.
Yeah.
You don't want to see the DJ's legs, and they're just like, well, it doesn't matter. It fucking does matter. Why does it matter? Trust me. It's like those little incremental things that make you look more professional and and if you look professional, you'll act professional, and you act professional, you'll be better. So it's just like one little thing at a time.
Yeah, I get
You know, I would try my best to get us all radio mics instead of like walking around tripping over cables and stuff.
Yeah,
And
bro.
like those little things that you could do
To be the next level.
to get to the next level.
Yeah.
You get used to having your own mic, and it's like, instead of, we used to have to swap mics and stuff at times.
Smelly, battered mics. Yeah.
Remember that stuff?
Yeah, we'd be swapping mics. 'cause
Swapping mics.
Your mic could just stop working.
Yeah. The
And then
in-house engineer would be like, oh, we've only 3 mics, and there's 4 of you.
Yeah. You just have to chop and
Sorry.
change. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it was madness.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of mad shit going on.
So like, going back to your original question, is like, do you think we'd be as, you know, we had a following in town. People knew who we were, whether they liked us or not. But we did have a reputation of putting on a good show.
Yeah.
A real good show.
Yeah, we did.
It was just pure energy, like.
Yeah.
And it wasn't chaos. It was like we were tight because we worked on it.
Rehearsed in your place all the time, remember?
Yeah. I just think it's different. Like, there's again, going back, there's a few ways you can do it now. You can either go down the social media route, which I see a load of bands doing, and sometimes I see bands on the reels, and I go, holy shit, that's fucking great. First thing I do, go straight to Spotify and add them to my playlist.
There you go.
You know, that's a way. Or there's the traditional way, which is a band that I introduced you to, Men I Trust.
Oh, yeah.
They're not signed. They're not signed to any label.
Are they not?
They are fucking massive. They are fucking massive. They go on 2-3 tours a year.
Fuck.
They play 30 dates. You know, next month we're going on our Asia tour. You know, Kuala Lumpur, Indonesia.
Just all independent.
They take all of it. So they go on tour. All their merch, all their records, and they make their money through touring. That's how you make money.
Yeah.
You make money through gigs. Now, they worked on their craft. I don't know if you remember, because I remember them on the come up.
No, I don't. I just got the polished end. You send.
But they're French Canadian, and they live in Foxville, fucking in Canada, and it's a quiet, poor, not very big town.
Right.
They're relatively poor. They beg, steal, and borrow for all their instruments. They basically wear thrift clothing, and they lived in a gaff, and they just worked and worked and worked and worked on their music. Now, it helps that they're super talented, like they're really talented, but it was their sound, and their sound hasn't changed that much. It's their quality of their sound and they did it all themselves. Beg, steal, borrow, shit guitars, shit amps, a good computer, and a good set of speakers.
That's the hard way.
And Emma Crew, is a fucking angel and has a great voice and a great singer-songwriter. But it's just down so simple. The music is just so stripped down, but it's fucking just great.
Real warm or something, isn't it?
But they tapped into the nostalgia. It's very nostalgic music. Yeah. It's like, it's like your first girlfriend or something.
Yeah, isn't it? There's something floating in it or something.
So if anyone's listening, Dream Pop is like
that's what they call it, isn't it?
My guilty pleasure is just Dream Pop.
Dream Pop.
Yeah,
right.
And it's like it taps into this, like, it's kind of like The Cure. It's kind of like 80s, the Go-Go's, and it's like electric guitars, but it's very simple music. But the songs are great.
It's just perfectly written, though, isn't it?
It's perfectly written. Yeah. That's the thing. And it's like, we've talked about this before, that like when we went through a kind of an evolution, it's like, if you write a great song, it's going to be a great song. Now, if you are a rap group, it's very difficult to have a great song,
Yes.
right? So we had to work on like, how do we make this ultra aggressive type music be like not selling out, but be like earworms all over the place, and like tap into a formula that we were happy with, and that like we're like, but at the same time, it still had that edge, right?
Yes.
And so there was certain things that we would try to do that like would pique one person's interests, and then another thing would pique another person's,
Exactly.
either by the lyrics, the drums, the this, that, the other. It's like, the drums are wrong, or that's why we always took so long to make music. But going back to my original point is that like you can make money, but you have to work on your craft. You have to. You can't just go bang up a song up there.
This is gonna blow up,
because you'll turn into a bit of a, you'll get all the wrong attention.
Yes.
Work on your craft. Don't be the artist first.
Put the miles in.
Put the fucking miles in first, yeah. Because otherwise it's like you'll be viral for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
That's true to the.
Yeah.
It is though, yeah.
If you go up online, you've one chance.
I suppose.
Really.
Yeah.
You know? Now you could change your name, change your look,
out, yeah.
you know, you could go again, but I don't know.
But all the greats put like miles in and had shit songs at the start. Everyone did. In hip hop for sure, man.
Yeah.
Everyone did.
Yeah.
Everyone
Even
had
when they're
crap
established,
songs.
there was filler all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's never going to be perfect. It's all subjective. That's the great thing about music. It's all subjective.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there's stuff that you like that I wouldn't tap off. And,
for
so
sure.
vice versa.
You send me some stuff and I'm like, I can't be dealing with that. I mean, you've got a bigger catalogue of music than me, for sure.
Yeah. But like, I've got the Spotify playlist of a serial killer.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
It's impressive. Your knowledge, your depth of knowledge of music is impressive.
Yeah. Well, I like to, it's like, it doesn't have to be all emotion. Like it, some people like go to the gym, stick on Slipknot.
Yeah.
I'll do that too. But sometimes I stick on music to learn who that person is.
Yeah.
I've heard the name and I don't ever hear the music. So I go, oh, well, I'm very interested now.
I'm going to check it out.
And then I'll, the magic is gone, sort of, where you used to be able to go and flick through the booklet and go, oh, so-and-so played drums on that. That's interesting. Now you have to find out through social media or whatever, but you can still do the work.
Yeah, like why aren't the credits on Spotify even?
They are.
Are they?
Yeah, they are.
For the songs?
Yeah, you got to go digging.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not fully accessible.
I used to love the booklets, man.
Yeah, I used to like that. Everyone did.
And even the artwork was so important,
Yeah.
That's part of the art. Like, it encapsulates the whole thing. The imagery, the font style.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, the message in the booklet, that was all part of the package.
Exactly. Now there's a digital. We had our last release. We tried to do that digitally. Like, remember?
Yeah, that's 5 years old now.
5 years old.
Yeah,
You're going to do a pod about that someday,
Art of the Vandal,
or will we just do another one?
We'd have to get Rich on for that.
We would.
Yeah.
That's for another day.
That'd be cool.
Before it turns into 6 years.
Okay. Well, look, if Rich was able to come down today, we would have done it.
Yeah. But like we always took care of like what, even if you're releasing it on irishhiphop.com, it would have a thumbnail. And, no one would think of that thumbnail, but some people would.
Yeah.
So we did take a little bit of time and go, let's, what did you think about that? What do you think about this? I don't like that. Yeah, that's good. Let's go with that.
Well, do you know what we're talking about, all that generation of hip hop in Ireland? We should probably list some of the goats.
Some of the goats?
Yeah, because people have forgotten about some of these people.
Now?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, all the kids listening to hip hop now wouldn't even know who some of these people are. And it's like, well, I've got a little platform, so I'm going to name them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Who is your goat?
In Irish hip hop?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have one.
Yeah, see, I'd be,
you know what I mean?
Because of my kind of, I would like categorize.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, depends on what style.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't know if he wants to be defined by this, but like a brag kind of style rap, you'd
Yeah.
probably put Kel down as one of them,
Rob Kelly.
right?
Yeah.
But then like abstract rap, like you could throw Finner in there too. You know, Finner didn't give a fuck about the image of rap. Do you know what I
No,
mean? Which
he
was
didn't.
forward thinking at the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
He was
So,
like
in hindsight, you're like,
the
actually, he's a
original-
little bit ahead in a way, in that way.
He was the original backpack hip hop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 But then, like, for lads banging tracks out, you'd have to give props to like Nui as well.
Yeah.
He banged out tracks
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah. So I would say, you know,
There's others now. I'm missing loads. Like we can
Yeah.
bounce a few around.
yeah.
There was politics back when we were younger that I wouldn't name some people, but now I'm like, yeah, like there's loads of lads, like the Urban Intelligence lads done a lot of cool shit for their time.
Yeah.
Like, and then terrorist. Like, I can say whatever I want. This is my
course you
podcast,
can.
right?
Yeah.
Terrorist technically is brilliant, right?
Yeah.
And he's one of the best and consistent as well. But there was just something about his vocal style that didn't sit with me, that I wouldn't listen to him all day. Do you know what I mean? Like, but he was a sick MC, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but that's just taste. That's just a matter of taste, individual taste.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like obviously Rob Kell's the most prolific.
It's the
And
most
he was-
known as well.
Yeah,
isn't
he's the most well known, and he was prolific, and he got the places that he deserved.
he? Yeah, he was
absolutely-
always to playing with the big lads when they came over
Yeah,
here. He was always playing with.
He absolutely deserved it, and you know, politics aside, which we won't get into, there's like, it's undeniable. Like, it's just like he could have gone all the way. He could have
He
gone
was
all
close,
the way.
man.
Yeah, he
He was
could have
close.
gone all the way. For
Couple
whatever
of things
reason, he
slipped on him.
didn't.
Couple of things in America let him down.
Yeah.
That were out of his hands.
These
Like,
are things that happen.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, even, you know, Scary Era had that opportunity. They just had it in their fucking hand, and you know, things happened.
yeah.
You know, but it was that, like, towards the end of when we were involved in it, it's like there was some really good stuff. Like, I mean, really, like that. Those guys, This Side Up, that album,
Oh yeah.
This Side Up, is
Yeah.
excellent. Like, it is genuinely excellent.
Actually, there's loads of people I'm forgetting now.
Yeah.
Come to think of it.
Yeah, I just like to say that I think we released a EP during COVID. Sons Phonetic released an album. I think it was called DeLorean,
I think you're right.
and it's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, it's genuinely incredible. And for me, Heavy Lies the Crown is the best hip hop tune
Oh yeah.
ever.
Shit.
I think. Yeah,
Fuck.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go, boys.
yeah,
Yeah, man. I even went back earlier, like 2006, and we'd be doing gigs and they'd be there. I was threatened by them, by how good they were.
yeah.
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
There was a lot of that. So it's like,
Yeah, that
and
was just
it's
my
like,
own ego.
How are you gonna put that in your bowl of cereal? Are you gonna eat it? Are you just gonna stare at it? You know, it's just like you're gonna go, and some people just weren't able for it. They just could not. And I guess it's just the nature of it. It's just very, you're like, here you have these young men, right, who are like literally saying poetry on stage.
Yeah.
You know, you're very fucking vulnerable. Like,
Yeah.
you're so fucking vulnerable, and you just don't realize it because you're like,
Yeah, you think you're an animal because
You
the
think
stuff you
you're
look,
an
you do, Joe, because you're looking at all these lads in New York and the Bronx and in LA and all, and you're looking up to them, and they're projecting themselves as gangsters.
yeah, but
You know what I'm saying?
that was never a thing.
No,
When-
not
when-
necessarily.
When we were coming up, it was
No.
like, if you acted the hard man, you were actually a sap.
in our community,
It just,
you were.
it just didn't work.
It meant
was
that
just
you
like-
lacked the ability to
You're-
rhyme properly.
everyone was smart and nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Everyone was
Yeah.
sound, you know, and like you were a tit
Yeah,
if you acted the hard man.
it was one-dimensional rapping, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, and it just like, yeah, it just didn't work
Mm.
because it was just like, it's real vapid and, you know, like you said, one dimensional.
It's
And
the
that's why I
easiest
think
stuff.
like the boys, like the intelligent hip hop that came out around those times was like, that worked. You know,
Yeah.
it genuinely worked because like we are a country, a nation of poets and people who use their words to solve conflict, and you know,
Pass on a message of some sort.
we tell good jokes, we tell good stories. It's
Yeah.
like, why wouldn't we be good at rapping?
Yeah, when you think
There's
about
no
it.
reason why we couldn't have a very successful, very cohesive industry, but for some reason it just never really lifted off.
There's a number of factors in that, though.
Yeah,
I don't think society was ready for white Irish lads doing what they thought was black music.
yeah.
It's that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But who? There was no gatekeepers as such. It was
No.
just some kind of, impression. It was just the fear of something new, you know. But like, not even still, like at the time, rap was probably still the biggest music there was.
Yeah, it would have been.
You know, even during, before our time, when we
Mm.
were kids, like Public Enemy were fucking massive here, like massive. And, but for some reason, oh no, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah,
You're
can't
not
do that.
allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Well, how dare you? You know,
Pretty much.
But then, things started changing. Like, Sinead O'Connor used to mention Public Enemy all the time. She used to mention Scary Era and Re-Raw all the time. It was like, oh, well, Sinead likes it.
Yeah.
And then that kind of changed a little bit of the perception of it. But there was never a reason why there couldn't have been a really successful thing. It just never hit. It just never hit for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. And, during our time, there was like, it was played down, and the play down was actually promoted by the industry. So it was like, oh, it had to be to take the piss. Or was this white boys doing rap?
Yeah.
And it was like Goldie Looking Chain came along. And it kind of, it was like such a kick in the head to people who really worked hard on it. And it was like, oh, you see, it's only a
gimmick.
It's only a gimmick, in the long run.
I hated that stuff.
Hate it. And I still do. And I still have opinions on certain things that are gimmicky, you know? It's so gimmicky. And it's like, you can obviously have your look and your subject matter, but I still think, like, if you go too narrow, you're fucked.
You're fucked, man.
You're fucked, yeah. And like that jokey take the piss thing, like Blind Boy and his lad, it was too on the nose. And it was like, well, first of all, you've upset like the lads who take this genuinely seriously. You'll never have their backing. Respect.
Yeah.
And if you do, something wrong. Something very wrong. It doesn't exist in any other genre. Maybe metal, maybe.
Yeah.
But even at metal, if you go to a metal gig, everyone's so nice.
Fucking lovely. And then they get up on stage and they're fucking fry screaming. Yeah. And then they get off and they're like, oh, nice to meet you. Shake your hand.
Yeah. I remember years ago, I was working on concerts. I was working in Marley Park, and I was there for a few days, and it was like 3 gigs over the space of 5 days. And one night it was like Mastodon and fucking Alice in Chains, and a couple other, and Metallica. What a fucking gig, man. It was unbelievable. And, and everyone was so cool. And then 2 days later was Fatboy Slim and some other fucking retards.
What year was that?
It's probably around, I don't know, probably 2009, 10 maybe.
I was there.
Yeah.
I was at Fatboy Slim.
And
it was Fatboy Slim, Calvin Harris, and Dizzy.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, Dizzy Rascal.
Yeah.
And there was fucking stabbings.
Yeah.
And there was, sexual assaults, and it was awful. There was one girl going around beating the shit out of other girls.
Was there?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And it was awful. And like the comparison just couldn't be more.
How it's projected, you think the metal would be chaos. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because we grew up in the 80s, and I would remember like the whole idea of satanic panic, you know, where
Yeah.
that guy has long hair and, you know, there's a leather jacket, he's trouble, you know. And they even took the piss out of it in Stranger Things. They had the guy who was the Hellfire Club
That's
guy.
right. Yeah.
They took the piss completely because, you know, he was a weirdo, and he was, you know, he liked metal, and he liked, you know, world Dungeons and Dragons or whatever
That's
it was
right.
they played, and but all the normies hated him, you know.
Outcast.
But so when we were growing up, it was the rockers were the fucking weirdos.
Yeah, same for me.
And like, I think it's the other way around. It's
is.
like the normies are the fucking weirdos. They're the people who go around punching people out at Fatboy Slim and, you know, causing trouble,
Causing murder every fucking weekend.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Those raves used to be like, you wouldn't know what you'd get out of a rave.
Now, I wouldn't even call that a rave.
No, that wasn't necessarily a rave.
Yeah,
no.
we've been to raves. We've been to raves where it's like a community, underground community of techno fans. Like, you know, I went to I Love Techno in Belgium in 2001 or something, and it was fucking incredible. Everyone was cool. You know, we ended up going a couple of years in a row and meeting people from Belgium again.
Yeah.
Because we got on so well. But it's that kind of crack.
Yeah.
And, you know,
is it an Irish thing with drinking and all as well?
Yeah, it's a bit
drinking
of
and fighting, man.
There's a bit of that.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think, and that crept into Irish hip hop a bit.
Yeah, it did,
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really did. And it was like,
seeing some shit on YouTube back in the day, all right.
Yeah, and it was just sucks, because it's like, if you really cared about it, you wouldn't do that. You know? It's just like,
I think some fucking idiots thought that was like strengthening the like, oh, it's hip hop, it's rough, it's street, you know. And it's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like art imitating life kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And, I mean, you know, and I mean, traditionally it's been the voice of the streets and all that kind of jazz. But I think at one stage when we had groups that we were listening to and work and DJs and producers we were listening to that were trying to move away from that. You know, genuinely like artistic people, Dilla, the likes, and, you know, Sons of Mischief and stuff. Now I'm sure they got in
the roots.
The roots. It was like cerebral, you know, they conscious,
there was depth in it, man.
Yeah, and there was no reason why, and you know, there was no reason why those people couldn't be shoulder to shoulder with the rough lads.
Yeah,
because they, you know, they all had respect for each other.
That was the thing in Ireland. Yeah, everyone was just trying to. They thought what's the word? They didn't think we could all feed. Everyone was just trying to.
Yeah,
you know, it was the mentality was a scarcity mentality. There was only one place for a top dog, and everyone else had to get out of the way. You know, that was the mentality. Whereas we should have built something together. And I remember saying that at the time to the lads, but not to our lads, to other lads at gigs. Like, we need to kind of bring this all together. And just like, whatever.
Now there was obviously like times when that did happen. You know, like
DFI shit, right?
The DFI don't flop. You know, certain gigs.
Yeah, there was gigs. There'd be gigs where like lads at all, we'd have people you're calling, but you'd be like, we're playing, call them, they can play as well. Call them, they can play as well. There was a bit of that, like, for sure.
It'd be gigs full of wives and girlfriends and
there's a bit of that.
Yeah, but it was all their mates and then their mates and their mates, and you know, it'd be a success because you put the yards in. But like, going back is like, there's no other genre that happens. I don't think.
Yeah,
it's like,
see, I don't know. I spent most of my time in that.
You know, I'm sure there's bastards. You know, if you're in the fucking jazz scene, you know, there's some bastard who's a gatekeeper, and he's like, you're not getting any of my crowd. That fucking dickhead.
Yeah, there's always
he's better on keyboards than me. Whatever, you know. And it's like, I'm sure it exists, but you know, for the most part, it's the fans that run the scene. You know. And maybe it's a population thing as well.
Yeah, possibly.
It's just too
small country, man.
You know, throw a stone, you'll meet your cousin. You know.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, and it's just too tight. And you know, I don't like
there was only really like Dublin, Cork, maybe Galway, where you'd catch gigs back then. That was
Yeah,
it, really,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe Belfast. I was never up at one, but there was a bit of a scene up there.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd like to see. I'd like somebody to because I'm out of the loop now. I'd like someone to send me the top 5 Irish rappers now. I would listen to them. I would like to see
my
what
ear
they're
to the
like.
ground. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like
I'm
those
not
boys, them
really.
lot are doing a lot of work.
They used to do a lot of work. I think they're back again.
Yeah,
aren't
they're doing a lot of work,
Yeah.
and they're like, you know, doing great work.
Mm.
You know, but I just, it's like online is the only outlet for them. You
Yeah,
know?
it's
I'm sure they play gigs as well, and we should probably just throw our heads
just
in
go.
someday and go.
They'd be like, who them 2 outlads?
Yeah,
at the
there's a
back?
show on. There's an Irish hip hop show on soon. I think it's like a load of boys, and it's
Is
like,
it?
Yeah. So it's.
Will we go?
We'll go. Yeah.
Will we?
Yeah, we'll go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck, we'll go
Just
make
go
a night.
in.
of it. We won't say Anne. We'll just go.
Go
Just
in
like,
there, walking stick.
There's a discount for OAPs on the door.
Yeah, but like everyone kind of moved on and had success, you know, in whatever field they worked on, you know.
Everyone on their scene.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
Oh, that actually is a good thing to speak of. It gave me loads of gifts, man. You know, like whether it be confidence or false confidence, I could stand in front of 100, 200 people and speak about whatever the subject had to be, and it looked like I was delivering it with intent and with confidence, even if I was scared shitless. And that's because I used to be on stage in front of people
That's
rapping.
a good point. I was never scared or nervous doing an interview or anything like that.
And that because you were going in. Well, I used to be going in going, this is just another gig.
Yeah, I've played at
It's a
Oxygen.
gig, man. Yeah.
I've played at
You, like.
Oxygen
Yeah.
in front of a giant
What are
crowd.
these 2 people in a suit going to do to me? Like,
exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And it's like, interestingly enough, it's like, I've told you this over the years, that it's like, I produce music just for the love of it. I know I'm probably not going to ever make any money of it. If I make a few bob, happy days.
Yeah.
I've done some commercial stuff in the last few years that I've earned a few quid off.
Yeah.
Like, pretty good money for jobs.
Good.
Like, and that's enough. Like, if you got paid for one fucking commercial job because you learned how to produce music, you've done it.
Yeah, you've done it. Yeah.
Now,
exactly.
You know, I went as far as sitting down with Hugh Drum and who did the music for Conor McGregor movie. Do you remember the documentary film?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I went to his studio and stuff, and I was like, how do I get into this? Like, that's how far I went. Because I really wanted to get
You
into
wanted to get into
commercial.
soundtracking, didn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. And I worked really hard on it. It's very difficult. And I did a bit, and I still do a bit, but it's more like, if it comes to me, I'll do it.
If it comes to and you're interested in it, you'll do it.
Yeah. But it's like, I've told you this over the years, is that like, I produce music, I plan on staying as close to it as I can. You know, without doing the music, if I can't do the music, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So like, the amount of people we know that did sound engineering, and just because they were producers, which you probably should do anyway, but never ended up anywhere close to that
working
as a
in
job.
that industry whatsoever.
But there is a route. People don't realize there is a route. Like, there is jobs to do. The idea of being a studio hand and, you know, hoovering the knobs on the fucking mixer and then eventually running the place, that's gone.
Right.
It's gone now. It's you know, there's only a couple of studios left in the city,
Yeah,
like
there is.
commercial studios, like big giant ones, and they're so ingrained that like, you're never, like, you get one person and that one person's going to stay there for 25 years, so you're not getting it.
Yeah.
Just like, so think outside the box.
So what can kids do?
They
Kids that are into this.
can work on concerts. You become, you basically reach out to event companies, unloading trucks. Then they trust you that you're good at unloading the trucks. Then you're like staging all the equipment. Then you're unpacking the boxes. Then you're eventually running the cables. Then you're eventually like behind the desk, shadowing somebody. Then you're doing the thing. So it's like, but it takes years, because they, you know, they're not going to stick you behind the desk of a show straight away.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, oh, you know how to do this. I can do this. It's like, you've got a little desk at home. It's not the same thing. So there is a route like you can take, and I sometimes I just want to shake people.
Yeah.
Just go, don't just do the course and just because you like producing music. Do the course and then try and get a job doing it.
Which
Now,
you did, though.
Yeah. But there is a route. There is
Yeah.
a route, and it's not as difficult as being a studio hand. You can
Plus,
do it,
you've got to see some amazing gigs.
mate. Like, you wouldn't believe. At one stage, it was like I had like a out of body experience. I was at Electric Picnic or something, and I had a AAA pass, and I was as close to Trent Reznor as you are now.
Fuck.
He was just up on a stage, and he's out like front screaming at the crowd, and the lights are fucking, and it's raining on him. It's pissing rain on him. I was like, holy shit,
That's
this
amazing.
is fucking, I fucking done it. You
And
know?
the crazy thing is, someone else would pay 20 grand to be where you were.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That was your job, like.
Yeah, it's my job.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it can happen just like that. And then, you know, the perks start to arrive if you really put the head down.
Put the work
Now you're
in.
going to be, I mean, I have stories of like, you're going to be working on gigs that you just don't want to be working on. It's not all rock and roll. Sometimes it's corporate stuff. You're sitting on a Bank of Ireland job for 3 days and just like, oh, this is hell on earth.
Yeah, I get
But
you.
you're running mic cables, you're operating a desk, you're video switching, you're doing all the things. You're doing it. It can be done. Some days you'll go to work and you'll have a bad day and just like you're working on something you really don't want to do. Welcome to fucking life, right?
That's life, bro. Yeah.
Welcome to it. You're not going to be on rock and roll.
No.
You can be, but again, it's like you've got to put the work in. You can't just walk in there and waltz in and go, I know it all, because you're going to get eaten alive.
I remember fucking being at Oxygen 2009 and you rang me. You were like, where are you? I was like, I'm walking up to the main stage. You were setting up the main stage for the Prodigy.
Yeah.
Remember? Like, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I was watching it fucking miles back in the field going, fucking Neil's probably up at the stage there somewhere.
I have photographs. Like, it gets to a stage where you're just like, you're on a gig and you pinch yourself. I have a photograph of working on a gig with the Dalai Lama.
Shit.
With fucking David Attenborough. And it's like, that's not even a flex. That's like I was fucking surprised. I was like, holy shit, this is like defining moment. I better take a photograph.
Yeah, that's
kind
cool.
of thing, you know? And, you know, it can take you places. That's the thing. It can take you places. When the arse fell out of this country, I was like, F this, I'm gone. And I got a job doing the same thing in Australia.
Even better.
Even better. Because like, it's like, if you're good in Ireland, you're real good in Australia.
It's
you know?
funny that, isn't it?
And so it's funny how that works out. Like, and so that job can take you places, and you're not going to be a famous producer. I'm not saying you're not going to be, you could be, but it's very unlikely.
Odds are,
and the odds are diminished hugely these days. Like, you'll be big for 10 seconds, but like what you have to give away to stay relevant is not worth it. So you may as well just try and get there and do something that is as close to it as possible, and stick with it, because things will happen for you.
I think it's different now in music, man. Like, as in, if you're to be a successful musician now coming up, I think you have to be a musician and a content creator.
Yeah.
You're not just a musician anymore. You have to be like able to jump on camera every day and talk shit.
Yeah.
Or else you'll just disappear into the ether because there's so much content being dropped all day.
Yeah. But there's also like a heavy understanding of how the system works as well. You have to learn that.
Yeah.
And like, I still don't know how it works. The whole grant system and, you know, all this kind of thing. It's like, how did they get that gig? You know, the head scratching. You're just like, and that's where the egos and the kind of, how did he get that gig? It's like, it's who you know, and you're getting funding from somewhere, and how did you get that funding? And because they got up off their arse and did it, you know.
Yeah,
but once you're in that system, you really got to stay at it. You know, you've got these like artists in Ireland who are like big artists here that could have gone international, but it's too cozy
in Ireland
because of that kind of grant system. It keeps you at a certain level. It might keep a roof over your head. You know, because once you're in that music industry, you're in, and you're not, I don't think you're getting out. if you go down that road.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to name drop, but it's just like, you know, people like Mundy and stuff can play a big gig to a couple of hundred people on a Tuesday night in Kilkenny. Next night he'll go to Galway and play the same, a couple of hundred, maybe 400 or 500 people, pack the place out, deadly crack, gets paid, moves on, gets a grant, records an album, releases, sells a few copies, rinse, repeat. But like he's good, like he's a good artist. He could go to the UK, or could have gone when he was a young fella, and you know, I'm using him as an example.
Just as an
I don't know
example,
his
yeah.
full story, but like you know, but it's cozy for him.
I get what you mean.
You
Yeah.
know? And like, if we had learned the system, which we tried sometimes to do,
yeah,
it spat us back out pretty quick,
pretty fast.
You know, the
Yeah,
story we have of like when we recorded an album, 3 videos, all off our own back, and then a music manager, a very, very established music manager, heard our stuff. Excuse me. I heard our stuff, and he's like, "Come to my office, please." And me and Richie went to his office, and he saw the video, and he was really impressed.
Which video are you referring to?
Smooth Sailing.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Saw the video and was like impressed by the music, impressed by the hustle, and it was like great. And then he heard the backing vocals and saw that we'd layered like female vocals, and you know, it was really like a
Rory
nice
Coogan was in as
package.
well.
It was like a vocal choral section of me and Rory and my sister-in-law.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was like we really worked hard on that recording. It was polished, really good track. And you know, he was impressed by all of it. And then he heard a reference in the song to cocaine or something. And it was like an entendre. It wasn't like you know, oh, let's all go out and do a bag. It was like it was like a triple double or something like that. And and he was like, oh my God, he was horrified.
But that was actually social commentary about we have a problem with drugs.
Yeah, but this is it. The normies are the fucking weirdos, right?
Fuck, man.
Yeah. So because he was a music manager with like some really established Irish artists under his belt, and he had the fucking super sexy office, and we were just like, this is fucking great. You know, we're making moves here. And
we were shut down because there was
of a reference. Yeah.
But it wasn't.
And it got super awkward in the office. It was like, okay, time's up now, bye.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm glad I wasn't there.
Yeah, it was
I probably
really
would have
awkward.
lost my shit.
Yeah, it was really awkward. I was like, what do you mean? It's like, I don't think you understand. What is this? Is a reference? Like,
wow.
It's like, okay, it was like, there's the fucking door, you know?
Sabre never gonna, like, they don't understand what the music is about then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So another story, me and Finesse at a very young age also had a very similar with music manager. We had to sit down. I had to sit down with the music manager, and he goes, have you got girlfriends? And I think at the time, both of us didn't have girlfriends. He's like, I can get you girlfriends. Maybe like we'll get you a dancer girlfriend or something, and we can go from there. I was like, what? Okay. This is like, yeah, we'll go to a club, we'll put you all together in a room, and just, you know, that kind of, it was bizarre. It was really bizarre. Yeah. And I you know, I just walked away going, okay, whatever. I told Finesse about it. He was just like, no. You know, he put us, it was more than that as well. It was like, he put us in touch with a clothing not a clothing company, a clothing store.
Okay, yeah.
It was like, go to that store,
get dressed up,
clothes,
you
know, and
do a photo shoot.
Yeah.
It
went that far.
That was the bit where I always used to feel a bit uncomfortable.
But that was just the entry level. That was just like, you're going to a music manager.
Yeah.
He has to now shop you out to labels and promotion companies and stuff like that. Imagine the fucking shit they'd ask you to do after that.
You should be changing half your songs and everything.
Crazy.
Yeah, and then doing these interviews, make sure you say this, make sure you say that.
I mean, it stands up to us. We weren't willing to do that.
I would have
Like,
just said no
no,
anyway.
I would,
Yeah.
you know, I think the furthest we went is like when we were releasing the music, sending it to radio stations and stuff, we would give a clean version, and
Which is still the goal. That's still how
That's
you do
fine.
it now. Yeah,
fair
that's
enough.
fine.
You
That's
want to get
just,
played on the radio.
exactly. You just play that game. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. But other than that,
Look,
you know,
we're not going to change everything we personified or built over the years for some prick.
go to the
Like,
fucking Gap, and
dude,
you know they're gonna
I
sort
had
it out
some
with some
fucking.
clothes.
I could tell you a couple of stories as well, but I feel like I'll get in trouble if I tell some of them.
Well, this is it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
there was one time in 2012 when I was with started with the Retros Dead lads, and we were brought over to London to do a music video and all, right? It was a big budget music video, man. Remember that one?
I
with, like-
remember. Yeah.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So we were over there. There was 2 days of shooting before we even showed up with like extras and actors and all. And I was like, no way, this is the real deal. And then I went into the media company's studios, like 40, 50 people working there, shook all their hand, big desks, everyone's on computers, looking busy, all that. I was like, this is crazy. Sat at a big boardroom table with them all these douchebags who made us play like 4 tracks in front of them and sat there with their arms crossed, and then decide to tell us what's wrong with our music.
So a similar situation, but you were in a fucking group scenario.
Yeah,
where it was
and
just
like I remember just feeling like I really just want to stand up here and ask them what the fuck they have done artistically. They just wanted to shit on us.
yeah.
Like, they just wanted to have a moment.
What was that scenario though? Was it like, was there genuine interest in like?
Oh, sure, they had storyboarded a whole video for us and told us to come
What
over.
was the track though? Was it not the track, but what was the plan? Was it like we're going to start shopping you around?
Yeah,
kind of scenario?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Right.
so so I didn't want to ruin that. You know, I didn't want to ruin that opportunity for me or the lads. So we're sitting there and like, some fellas like, well, like this one of the songs is called Substance, and I'm sure it has flaws now, like, but at the time he's like, well, like, I don't really hear the substance in that song, he says, you know what I mean? That sits there, it's just like, you fucking wanker. But anyway,
tit.
the next day was our part of the video shoot, so we kind of went, fuck it, we'll have a couple of cans, get over that, and we'll go to the shoot. So that night, the head of that media company who was pushing all this, very enthusiastic about us, was like, can you get us the stems of that track, the one we're doing the video for? It's fucking awesome. I'd just like to see how he's built it. And I was just saying to Kieran, like, if he wants the stems, give him them. Like, we trusted this fella. So we show up the next day for the shoot, then breakfast, meet them at the studio place. The shoot was in this big warehouse, but we're going to go meet there, make the plan, and then go to the shoot. So show up to the studio place like 11 a.m. to discuss plans for, say, the 1 o'clock shoot. And the head shows up definitely at least half cut with his laptop and a glass of red wine in his hand. Lads, I was going home last night and I thought of something brilliant for the track. He made a remix of our track and then told his whole team that the video was going to be to shoot his remix or else it wasn't happening on the day of the shoot.
Wow.
In front of us at the boardroom table, it was like, played it, and it was absolute calamity of a remix. And I was just looking at the lads, and the lads looked back to me, and in fairness, everyone says, no, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, okay, all right, lads, it's fine, we'll go with your one. Made us feel real bad about it. So we all went to the shoot with our heads down a bit then, feeling a bit flustered, a bit fucked up, you can imagine.
Yeah.
You thought you were somewhere, and then someone tried to basically
Pull the
take
rug.
your credits, man.
Yeah.
So we went to the shoot, and then sure enough, we're getting ready to press play, and everyone's on set and all that. And the fucking remix comes on in the PA. And we're like, I just kind of put the mic down. I was like, we're not doing this version. And your man's squad were like, no, we were told we're doing so-and-so's version. And we were like, so we just stopped and we're like, well, we don't know what the fuck's happening here. And this was like 20 grand in on this shoot. Not for us, but for them. And in fairness to the director who put his arse on the line, he said, lads, these kids came over from Ireland to fucking do this. if we're not doing their version, I'm leaving the set. So he put his balls on the line for us.
Yeah.
So they done our version, but they pulled the plug on us. They didn't.
I wonder,
Okay.
was that a test? Or was it like just pure fuckery?
I think it was somebody that couldn't make a track that good, wanted to have their name on a track that
Gotcha,
good.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was an unfortunate series of events, man.
Yeah. But this is the kind of thing, these people are gone. We were talking about AI, we were talking about how the industry changes. These people are disappearing. They're irrelevant. You say what you will about Spotify and online platforms, about how they're ripping off the artists and stuff. The opportunity is there.
Yeah.
You can be yourself. You can get your own music out there. Now, your career might be short-lived, but you don't have to
play. You don't have to go through all that
game anymore.
You don't have to. Yeah. You don't have to, not quite literally, but figuratively, suck all these dicks along the way anymore. Yeah. It will be harder, but like that band you gave an example of, Men I Trust, they done it their way.
Yeah.
It can be done. There's other people that do it too. There's independent rappers that are huge too.
Yeah. I think when I think about that band as well, is that like you look at the lead singer and you go, oh, she's so marketable, but she literally doesn't want to be.
I don't even know what she looks like.
She's an incredible looking woman. This is the whole thing.
But she doesn't want to use that.
Yeah. And it's just like, it would be so easy and cheap to use her as this kind of sex symbol.
Yeah.
And it would be manipulated and it would be bad for her, Yeah,
in the long run.
Yeah, it helps that she's an amazing songwriter as well. You know what I mean? So it's like, she was like, no, I'm not going to like jeopardize my art for, a cheap route. That's success. She went the hard way.
That's the hard way.
They play 200 shows a year kind of thing, It's crazy.
Shows in the music though.
Yeah.
How tight it is.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I wonder like what would have happened if you did a whole rock star reaction to that.
In what sense?
Tip the table up and, throw a glass at his face and they'd be like, yeah, this is it. Okay, we're going with your version.
Oh, you think they would have respected that?
No, like, you hear stories like, I heard a great story about Master P the other day. People who don't know, is like Master P is like one of the innovators of southern hip hop in America. It was always East Coast, West Coast before,
and then him.
Master P was a lover of hip hop, and he basically was broke as fuck, but he had such a love and such a knowledge of hip hop that he eventually managed to open his own shop, and he was like, trying to expand his portfolio. So he basically opened some warehouse and had the shop out of the warehouse, and then he started producing music in the warehouse, his own music. And he was selling tapes and selling his own music through this community who loved his music, right? Because it was so distinguished from what was out
East
there.
Coast, West Coast.
It was southern.
Yeah, southern, yeah.
Talking about southern shit.
Yeah.
Southern accent, And nobody on the East Coast and West Coast took that seriously, but people down there did. And so he knew his worth. And he was a millionaire because of it.
Blew up,
he him and his wife like lived in the studio for like ages.
That's the bit you don't see.
Yeah, they slummed it. So that, and then they eventually got enough money. But then when it was time that his music was time to go national or international, Jimmy Iovine from Interscope, who's a famous NWA kind of guy who signed NWA and all that kind of stuff, Jimmy Iovine put a check for $1 million on the desk. And Master P stood up and goes, I'm going to go get something to eat. I'll talk to you in a while. And never went back.
You're serious? Like some balls.
Because he knew his worth. Like, he knew. He's like, don't fucking insult me with $1 million. I know I'm worth 10 times that.
Oh, yeah.
And now, the argument is there that Southern hip hop is the influence of hip hop now.
Yeah.
It's like it's all 808s and booty bass, and you know,
Yeah,
and that's the sound now, and that was his influence. Now, obviously, there's other Southern artists like Lil Wayne and stuff, who came up, but it was him who made that happen.
That's class, man.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's class.
Yeah, it's just like these
Stuck
people.
to his principles.
Like, I mean, Jimmy Iovine, he's not a grifter by any standards, but he attaches himself to what's hot and gets it done for his label and for the owner of the label, for Interscope, and for the the master EMI or whoever it is that owns them. He gets it done, be it like U2 or any bands he's been involved with, Dre and all that kind of stuff, 9 Inch Nails.
Big acts.
Big acts, yeah. And but these people are becoming rare because
there's not as many gates anymore.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah,
it is interesting.
Yeah.
You could talk about that alone for fucking 2 hours. I think we should come back with Rich and do a Elements / Art of the Vandal.
Yeah, we'll go through Art of the Vandal.
Yeah,
because I think it was important. It was like a real important time. COVID was weird.
Yeah,
for music, and it made people do great music.
Yeah, because it's just like fully focused on it.
Yeah,
and
it was like everything had this weird dark edge to it. Everything was edgy. And
that EP is dark and edgy, and it's aggressive. I was listening to it today before you came down, man. It's aggressive.
Yeah.
In a cool way, like.
Yeah, but it's aggressive, but it's polished.
Actually, we'll intro this episode with a bit of Art of the Vandal. I think it's appropriate.
Let's do that. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Adam.
Bro, I had questions and we done our own thing.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah.
Next time.
Thanks for coming
on. All right,
on.
cheers, bro.
You're the first Element on.
Yeah, nice one. Excellent. Cheers.
Let the stars shine now, here I come. 3-4-4 form, keep it cooking, well done. I smell the blood of a crap rapper. None. I'm here to demonstrate how I body the box. Let the stars shine now, here I come. 3-4-4 form, keep it cooking, well done. I smell the blood of a crap rapper. None. I'm here to demonstrate how I eradicate for fun.